Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message for today. And today I want to talk about the energy that lies behind either communication or spiritual communication, which is telepathy. Because this is such a important part, it plays such a vital role in whether you will receive the type of communication that is beneficial to you or the type of communication that you find utterly frustrating and it seems like you're just going around in circles, nothing's getting resolved. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I've had a lot of throat chakra healings that I've performed for people. Not just that, third eye chakra healings too, and often combining both to improve spiritual as well as physical communication between divine counterparts. But a very strong energy that's been coming up, and one that I've had to make people aware of, is what is your motive behind this communication? It depends where you are in your journey. People who are fairly new to this will often feel very discouraged and frustrated and would want to hurry things up and to manipulate the situation in a way that it would be favorable to them. But what I've seen with that is it backfires. You can do healings, and I've done many successful ones where people do get back in contact, physical contact. But then if the underlying energy that the person requesting the healing isn't quite aligned with their higher selves, with the true essence of who they are, with their soul, who ultimately wants things for good, then, communication will be very fleeting and, will just not be desirable or resulting in the type of communication that you're wanting. And what I tell people as well is that you have the power to communicate through telepathy, through conveying your feelings, through sitting there, putting your hand on your heart, and truly connecting with their soul and conveying your feelings. If you're going to sit there and demand them to apologize, then that's not the right energy to put out, because that is a very negatively charged energy coming from hurt and pain rather than from love. It's a tricky balance and a fine line between self-love, dignity, and respect, and therefore setting your boundaries and standing up for yourself and having that energy of entitlement. I deserve an apology. I deserve you to feel sorry for what you've done, and until you can find the correct balance between the two, it's going to be a very tedious process. Communicating, it just often feels like pulling teeth, and you may not want to. That's why people get discouraged and like, you know what, I give up. There's no point doing this anymore. And what we tend to neglect or not acknowledge is that quote unquote separation is the best time to reset everything. It's the time to get rid of resentment. There's a difference between being resentful and hurt and being unconditional. Well, of course there is. But, sometimes people say, oh, well, they'll need to apologize before they can come back to me. But if you're going to approach them, and they can feel that whether you tell them that or not, if that is your energy and that is what you're broadcasting, because you are connected energetically, they'll pick that up and they'll go, okay, well, they're clearly angry with me. They clearly would want me to apologize and, kind of beg and plead them initially, and that's not the type of energy that will magnetically draw them back to you to make things right. I feel that an explanation will be given in time and that things will be rectified. But for you to have that energy of, well, they're just going to have to beg and plead me to take them back because at this point I feel like being very unfairly treated, and being quite resentful to them for having done something that hurt you. That's not the energy that will carry that communication that you're wanting. And if they do decide to come back whilst you're still in that energy, their communication towards you will be hostile as well. And it won't grow your connection. That's why it's such a tricky thing to find balance in the time that you are not communicating. But that's what that time is for. That's what that time is actually designed for. It may think, sorry, I can't speak. I'm just getting overwhelmed with information and I just can't articulate what I'm wanting to say. You may think that separation is useless. Like, what the heck am I going through separation for? I've been working on myself. I'm ready to communicate. But it is to reset the energies from the past. You have to uncreate the dynamic in order to create a new one. Hope I'm making sense to you if you found this video. I'll give you an example. When I first started struggling with communication from my person, I'm a very communicative person. I like to keep in touch. Ideally, that's what I want. I don't like the long silences, and this is something I've had to come to terms with, because that time was beneficial. That separation time was beneficial to teach me to focus on myself and reset all of my preconceived beliefs. And of course, when things are just difficult, you want to have some sort of control over the situation. And I knew that just constantly sending messages wasn't really going to be fruitful, because I could feel that energetically. It's like, oh God, it feels forced. So what I did was I meditated. I reset our connection. I just took away any preconceived notions and beliefs that I had about us and about how communication should be. Not even just us, but just relationships in general, how communication should be. And then that very same day, I received a message from them after a month of no contact, and it made me very happy. But then over time, I seem to have forgotten, or my beliefs became more tainted by other things that have happened that have discouraged me even more. And so I just haven't really bothered with that technique because it was a lot harder. So what I then did instead was focus on myself. And I know it's utterly frustrating when you're on this journey. All you can hear is people saying, focus on yourself, focus on yourself. But trust me, that works. When you focus on yourself, you prioritize what you need to do in order to get balance back in your life. To have a say over the things that you can actually control, and to feel happy in the moment, that will actually allow things to move forward and get you both communicating. Communication initially will happen again through dream state, through telepathy, through you feeling them, through getting messages through songs, advertisements, other people's conversations, just random stuff, you know? But it's, of course, it's not random. It's the universe talking to you and saying, look, you will reconnect. Just keep the faith. And, you know, before you know it, you will be back in touch physically. But then it is vital that you speak your truth, that you don't act out of resentment or fear, but that you speak your truth and stand by your values. Your integrity is vital at that point, so that you can maintain the reset dynamic that you have created over the separation period. And then everything will just flow so much better and progress and elevate. But take your separation period as a time to uncreate resentment if you have built that up, and chances are you likely have. I know I did, and I had to uncreate all of that in order to stand in my power and receive with open arms and an open heart and an open mind, but still never compromise my integrity, my values, and my worth. So, of course, every video I put out may not apply to everyone at this time. So I always put the intention out there that whoever needs to hear this message will at the right time. So if you happen to see this video years from now, from when I'm posting this, know that this message is for you and that this will help you. Please approach communication, telepathic or physical, with a balanced energy and not with the energy of needing to change or manipulate the person or the situation. And then things will be able to progress. Hope this helps you. If you'd like to connect with me and book any of my healings, readings, channel letters, meditations, or coaching, all the details are in the description. Now, I know some of you may be wondering, the readings, they come in different styles of packages. I have phone readings, email readings, and I have question bundles. Question bundles I usually like to answer over text, so I'll connect with you via WhatsApp, and then you just send me questions as and when they come through, if you don't feel the need to have a phone or email reading that will go through your situation all in one go. So I hope that helps you. I thank you also very much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.